Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Thursday. It's time for our weekly weather update. I hope that your week has gone well. We like to do these every Monday and Thursday at 2:30 just to keep everybody updated on the forecast whenever they're trying to plan their week ahead and also their weekend. Now, Monday, we had to take off for the day, but for today, we're about to talk a little bit about that Mother's Day forecast that we're going to have this week, and of course, a very important weekend ahead of us. And we're also going to talk a little bit about some rain chances that could even carry on as we head into next week. But first of all, we want to talk about what's happening right now. For anybody who may be watching live, you can see a few of those isolated showers and storms, mainly into far north Georgia. Most of us are going to miss out on rain today. Just know you're going to have that chance. Taking a look at the time lapse from this morning, you see that we've had a lot of cloud cover so far for today. Looking out across the Atlanta skyline, you see that low level cloud cover passing through. There's also a little bit of mid to upper level cloud cover up there as well. As we head throughout this afternoon, we are going to have times where we'll have a few peaks of sunshine, but a majority of today is going to be just kind of cloudy out there and just kind of gloomy at times. But at least we're warm. Temperatures are out there, going to be rising into the 80s this afternoon. They're already in the 70s for most. It's going to be a nice warm day outside across the region. Looking out towards the King and Queen Towers for today, you see that they're having a little bit of sunshine out there. Looking out towards the airport, it's a little bit more in the way of cloud cover, but everything's running smoothly. Then we look out towards the downtown skyline, like what we did just a moment ago, still looking nice there. And then also up towards Truist Park. Of course, you know, Braves, we want to make sure that we have some dry weather for them, and it's just a few isolated showers, again, going to be possible. Shouldn't impact baseball too much as we head throughout this next week, because I do know that we have a few homestands going on for the Braves here as we head throughout the next few weeks, actually. Temperatures out there sitting at 76 for Atlanta, 81 already in Thomaston, 69 still up in Blairsville, though, 68 in Clayton. This is as of 2:33 in the afternoon on Thursday. Of course, we are going to have much warmer conditions, though, later on this afternoon as we rise into the 80s for everybody. The pollen count, it has taken a little bit of a tumble here as we've headed throughout the last couple of weeks. At least we're not in the extremely high category anymore. Today, medium levels of tree pollen. Still going to likely be bothering you a little bit, though, especially since molds are in the extremely high category. Where you see for May, we've really seen the pollen count start to go down, especially this week, with multiple days only in the medium category, and hopefully that continues to improve. Satellite and radar shows as we look across North Georgia again, we do have a little bit of shower activity. With all these rain chances, we're likely going to continue to deal with molds being in the extremely high to even high category each day, because whenever we have a little bit of rainfall, that typically helps the molds to kind of bump up a day or two after we have some good rain. So off and on showers like this, that just means that we're probably going to be locked in on that pattern of molds being in the higher category. Far north Georgia, again, is going to be where we have our better chance for rain today. Look up towards Dahlonega and into the Gilmer County, Fannin County region, where we have some heavier shower activity at the moment, actually. That's all going to be shifting off to the north and east. Not so much for Atlanta today. Still not going to be 100% no chance for rain in Atlanta. I think we still have a slight chance at about a 20% chance to see a brief shower or two in the Atlanta area as we head throughout the afternoon. But a majority of rain for today stays further off to our west. I want you to take a closer look over towards Mississippi, Louisiana, into portions of Arkansas. They have a lot of heavy shower and thunderstorm activity. That's trying to shift off to the east, but that's going to be kind of falling apart by the time it gets to us. Of course, you can always take a look at the radar and what may be happening, not just right here in North Georgia, but wherever it is across the southeast or the United States. Download that 11 Alive app, have that in your back pocket, and then you can see that you can explore the radar map. You can also get weather alerts right there at your fingertips. Right now showing 76 degrees and cloudy in the Atlanta area. That's the actual current conditions. Then you see the hourly temperature. As we head from left to right, you see the temperatures rising into the 80s, dropping back to the 70s as we head into the early hours of tonight. The cloud cover is going to be a thing. If you hit that daily tab, you're going to see a lot of chances for rain this next week. We're going to be talking about that in just a moment. Heading down the screen, you see the weather wow moment where you can send in your photos to us, and then we like to share them right here on air. And then you can watch newscasts live, which is really valuable. If we ever have strong storms pass through the region, you can click that button at the bottom of the screen, watch the newscast live. That's really helpful if we ever lose power. That way, as long as you have cell service, you can still get the weather information that's so important. Download that from the App Store. You can also download our 11 Alive Plus app on the Roku or on your Roku or Fire TV devices. That's a really great place where you can get extra news information. Some of those stories that you may be watching on 11 Alive and you may have the question of, I really want to find out a little bit more about that. We like to do a little bit more coverage with some of those stories right there on the 11 Alive Plus app. So make sure you download that. You can get a little bit more of a long form update on some news stories, as well as the weather update that you're watching right now. You can get that right there at your fingertips from your home. So be sure to download that, the 11 Alive Plus app, and then of course the 11 Alive mobile app on your mobile device. Let's take a look at the forecast track. Looking like we're going to have, again, a few isolated showers possible this afternoon. Temperatures rising into the 80s, and then we head into tonight. We're going to have that line of showers and storms that's further off to our west try to move closer towards us. And you see right along the Georgia-Alabama state line, we're having a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity, maybe a few rumbles of thunder with this, but these storms are going to be falling apart quickly. Watch what happens whenever I press play here. It's going to have the storms moving off to the east and just falling apart very fast. That's what we're expecting for this evening. So I don't think it's out of the question that we have a few rumbles of thunder and some shower activity, especially closer to the Alabama state line. But the storms that we do get overnight tonight, they'll be falling apart as they move over our region. Now, as we head throughout the day tomorrow, we are going to end up getting a little bit more rain activity, though. This is as of about noon on Friday. We're going to have some scattered light to moderate rainfall. The higher chance for rain is going to be into far north Georgia, up into the mountains, where we're going to have some, again, heavy rain at times. We're going to have about a 30 to 40% chance for rain, though, in the Atlanta metro. You see that even continues around 5 p.m., where we could get some more thunderstorm development. That's going to be further off to the south and east of the metro, especially over towards Edenton, Thomaston, Covington, stretching over towards Augusta. That's going to be where they have the better chance for some thunderstorm activity there heading throughout the afternoon on Friday. Friday night, things start to calm down again. Temperatures are going to be dropping down into the 70s and 60s. It's going to be warm and humid out there, and that trend is going to continue all throughout the weekend. Starting off the day Saturday, will be dry Saturday afternoon, pop-up afternoon showers and thunderstorms. You may be saying to yourself, this is a lot like what we get in the summer here in North Georgia, and the answer is yeah, we're locked in on a summertime pattern. So that's what we can expect through this weekend, and yes, even into next week. And unfortunately, yes, that does include Mother's Day. I think we're going to have the chance for some thunderstorms. First of all, getting through the day on Saturday, by 8 p.m., you see some of those storms, especially moving down from the north. It's not going to be constant rain. It's not going to be a complete washout, but we are going to have some isolated to scattered storms there for Saturday, and similar conditions again for Mother's Day on Sunday. Temperatures are going to be very high. We're talking about hitting 90 degrees possibly on Mother's Day. That would actually be the warmest temperature that we have had so far this year. Here's a look at the rain chances before we talk more about those temperatures. You notice the 30% chance in on Saturday, 30% chance in on Sunday, and then that just continues as we head into the early part of next week. There for Monday and Tuesday, you see a few isolated showers and storms possible those days as well. Now, here's the catch. We're going to have a few showers here and there, but it's not going to be a washout. These are going to be brief periods of rain whenever we do get them each day. So, you may end up having a shower or storm in the afternoon there on Saturday, but then you may miss out on the storms on Sunday, and the community next door to you may actually luck in and getting some of that rainfall, or luck out, depending on how you look at it. It could be, it's going to be not constant rain for each community every day. It's going to be just a few isolated showers here and there. And so it's not going to add up to a ton of rainfall. You can see that as we look at the rainfall over the next 7 days. Going to get pretty much anywhere from a half of an inch or less of rainfall across our region. The higher totals are going to be for our neighbors over in Alabama. You can see closer on towards Birmingham, stretching up towards Gadsden. That's where they could have anywhere from maybe even a half of an inch to an inch and a half of rain. But again, in North Georgia, we're talking about a half of an inch or less really as we head throughout the next 7 days, which isn't a ton of rain, but honestly, we need some rainfall. We are starting to slip behind a little bit on rain for our region. You see abnormally dry conditions for much of South Georgia. Just last week, we were talking about how we had no moderate drought for the first time since I think it was September 27th across the entire state. Of course, here in North Georgia, we haven't had any drought recently, but southeast Georgia down towards Brunswick, they were under moderate drought for a while there, and finally across the state, no more moderate drought showing up anywhere, but we do have those abnormally dry conditions. That's what's highlighted in yellow, like what we have down towards the southwest portions of the state. But here in North Georgia, still no drought. That may change, though, if we don't get any significant rainfall over the next week. And the reason why I say that is look at how much rain we've had so far in Atlanta for the month of May. Now, other parts of North Georgia have had a lot of rainfall so far in May. It's just Atlanta at the airport, that's the recording site, it has missed out on the rain. 1/100 of an inch of rainfall at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport for the month so far. We are in the dry category, about to slip into the very dry category if we don't get any significant rainfall there soon. You see that we should have nearly 1.25 inches by this time of the month, but we are definitely lacking and far behind where we should be for this time of the month. We are still ahead for the year, though. The only reason why is because we've had some months here so far that have produced a lot of rainfall in North Georgia. So even though we're way behind for May, we are still ahead for the year by just about a little more than 1/2 inch. So despite the fact that we have been drier this month, we're still doing all right for the year, but that may change. Looking at the temperatures now, we have been staying above average the last few days. Actually, some of the hottest days that we have had so far this year have happened over the last few days here. You see the temperatures hitting 83, 86, 85, 84 all throughout the last 4 to 5 days. And then when we look further back, remember we had that big stretch from the end of April through early May where temperatures were pretty much below average. By the way, when you're looking at this map here, this graph that I'm showing rather, you see from left to right, that's going to be the date from left to right over the past 30 days. This blue line, that's what our average low should be this time of year. This red line, that's our average high. And then when you see these white bars, that's each day. The number on top, that's the high temperature for the day. The number on bottom, that's the low temperature for the day. So you can see that we have been, again, well above average here as we've headed throughout the last few days. And that trend just continues as we head throughout the next 5. Look at 90 degrees on Sunday. Again, that would be the hottest temperature that we've had so far this year. 87 on Saturday and on Monday would tie what we currently have as the hottest temperature for the year. Back on April 5th, we hit 87. But you see over the last few days, May 9th, 8th, 10th, we were all sitting there in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th hottest days of the year so far. Of course, again, that graphic is going to change here over the next few days, especially with Mother's Day being so hot. Your 7-day forecast shows that we are going to have a 40% chance for rain on Friday, 30% chance on Saturday, 30% chance on Sunday for Mother's Day again, just 90 degrees there for the high. So not going to be a washout, but know that some of those outdoor Mother's Day plans could be impacted by a few isolated showers and storms. Looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook, temperatures around average. That would be around 80 degrees for the high for this time of year for our region. And then above average rainfall. Remember, it's been a dry May. We could use some of that rain. So that's some good news there as we make our way towards the end, or really middle to end of the month of May. Quick look at your weekend getaways, showing us that we are going to have a lot of chances for showers and storms for many of our neighbors across the southeast, not just us. Again, I don't think it's going to be a washout for any of these locations, but it is going to be kind of a typical summertime pattern where we have to deal with some of those showers and storms each day. So we'll have our next update on Monday. Of course, we love to keep everybody updated on the forecast. Whenever you're on the go, download that 11 Alive app. Every Monday and Thursday, we do these live updates to keep you updated on the forecast throughout the week, and then you can also watch them later on that 11 Alive Plus app. We'll see you on Monday there at 2:30. Have a wonderful weekend, and of course, we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.